as if I'm a worker ant, carrying tasks on my back through a circuit. Now, I'm not necessarily tied to a house, but tied to a curve, a brow, and 40 assumption. Mostly, I watch what happens.
I was in college, a fly girl, pretty girl, hanging out, smoking Vietnam marijuana, partying. And then guess what happened? I got pregnant. A lot of my friends were in the same situation. Divorced, parents struggling. Some of them became poor girls. Some of them did sexual favors. Some of them were even selling drugs to make it. What brought me to my breaking point was my mother. She had a refrigerator in her bedroom, and she took the telephone to work. That was kind of hard too. So I sat at church one day, and I cried. I said, God, please help me. I'm tired of being poor. I'm tired of being taken advantage of. He must have heard me. Next couple of days, I heard about a party in Spanish Harlem. I had nothing to lose. I was impressed. So I went to that party. I got drunk. Somehow or another, I wound up on the stage at that party. I took the microphone. And I said on that microphone, does anybody know where I can find a job?
I was 10 years old. I lived in a small town outside Boston called Somerville, Massachusetts. It was hot, it was summertime. I woke up one morning and I was hungry. I was gonna go fix my favorite cereal. When I lived with my mother, I think my favorite cereal was Sugar Smacks. Then I moved with my father and it became granola, which I had never heard of before. Getting kind of dark. I had been camping with my father before, so I noticed when we pulled into the campsite, I saw a pool. So seeing this pool, we get a little Coleman lantern, tell stories at night, and go to sleep. The next morning I wake up, I hurry, I get my trunks, I grab my towel, I'm going to the pool. I noticed as I was going to the pool, I was getting all these stares from all the people. I shove it off. I put my towel down. I bend down on one knee to sit by the pool, and all of a sudden, all the people started coming towards me. But they all had smiles. They began to reach out and rub my skin. Because of the smiles, I didn't feel threatened. Later that night, I was telling my dad that he had invited one of the camp aides to the tent. And he said, this far north, these people are never going to leave this area. They're going to marry the girl down the block. They're going to be loggers and fishermen. They've never seen a black person in the flesh. And that's the reason for your experience. In central Michigan, I remember it was raining and the wind and it was dark and it looked like it was on the side of the mountain. And I remember holding a flashlight while my father put a peg in the ground and he pitched the tent and set a fire and made sure we had something to eat.
what my purpose was when I was 22. I had my first drink. I was born to be a drunk. And the best part was every month, 5 or 6 times a month, I'd have a blackout. And I wouldn't know what I said, what I did. And because I didn't know what I said and what I did, I wasn't responsible for any of it. So it's only fair that my story has a violent ending. So there I was, one night. I wasn't alone. George Rivera was with me. In an alley, just a few blocks from my flat. And we're both drunk in the middle of the alley. And you know, we were happy. Until all of a sudden, from out of nowhere, the garbage truck comes around the corner too fast and runs right over George and rips off his head. Me, I wasn't touched. But like the true drunk that I really am, I picked up George's head and I tried to pour the whiskey down his throat until the police took it away from me and chased me away.
The beating machines, the buckling metal, the grumblings and the murmurs, the blowing swings and the carriages, all fluctuated pulse, converging to a point as the line picks us up to our guilty.